going into your final year, you didn't have a choice but to leave Vandy at that point. So you had to go to the NBA. You got drafted number 23. I talked to Deontay recently. He worked out for the Celtics. They do like a mandatory conditioning drill.
3 minute run.
Oh, you remember that too?
I
Okay,
did.
that's oh, you did, yeah. So okay, so how was that for you? That's the first. He was like, that's the only thing I remember out of all the pre-draft. Must have been bad if that's all you remember. So
Oh, it sucks for sure, but I was in dog shape in pre-draft. Like
that's crazy.
my all my agents were telling me like your advantage is going to be the most in shape because as a shooter, like you can't be out of shape. Don't even add up in the NBA.
In fact,
So yeah, I don't know. I didn't break the record, I don't think, but I was trying to break the record, whatever it was at the time. I know I did really good. I did good in all the conditioning tests. The Miami Heat, the ten touches, I did good in that one. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I do though. So it's if it's not something that my game is predicated off being in shape. So I honestly wanted to run it to show how much shape I was in compared to everybody else. So I probably was like looking forward to doing it. But yeah, it sucks. Like it's terrible. Well, the figuring out your pace is the hardest part. So my idea of it is I wanted to just start off sprinting. I knew my jog was going to be faster than everybody else's jog. So I was like, let me just kill myself for the first minute and a half. And I know that when I'm dead tired, my jog is going to be faster than their jog, and they won't be able to catch up. And I'll be able to get as many touches as possible. Which I think they told us the record. I didn't get the record, but I was close. So that was my. If anybody listening to this has to run it, like to me, like the best way to do it is not to jog first and then speed up at the end. The best way is to like go all out, and then like your jog towards the last minute is gonna be what it is. But it's tough, man. All the conditioning tests suck. I can't stand them. I hate it.
yeah, the Heat. I know the Heat crazy. I seen that one
It's crazy.
firsthand.
They all suck, but they made it suck because when you finish it, bro, you feel like you did something great, and then it helps you so much in the game. So
Facts.
At Vandy, you had to do some crazy stuff too, and like it's just I led the league in minutes back to back years, and so I had to be in shape, bro. It's just non-negotiable.
Man, it's almost mandatory.
Yeah.
You got you. So how many teams did you work out for? Because you were number 23 to the Hawks. So
Yeah,
how
I
many
was.
yeah, how'd that go? You worked out with Drew during that time too, right?
Yeah, I did. Drew,
Yeah.
Drew, me and Drew started working out my sophomore year, I believe. Yeah, my sophomore year, my junior year, and then pre-draft.
Okay.
So I worked out with I went to the Nuggets twice, the Hawks twice, and then so that's four. So I probably had like 14 workouts, 15 workouts.
Okay.
I was everywhere. I was on a world tour. I was going everywhere. And that was a tough process because everybody's workouts was different. Then you do the interviews after, and they ship you off to the next city, and then it's a lot, man. But you realize then during that time that like this is not going to be easy. Like this NBA is the best in the world for a reason.
Hmm.
And so this is the kind of stuff you're gonna have to lock in on. So I just tried to embrace it best I could, bro. But it was hard, man. It was tough, especially coming off the college season I had where I'm playing a bunch of minutes. Like it wasn't much time off. I
Hmm.
think me and Drew got started a week after my season ended in college. So and then you're working on a whole different style of play with longer 3 point line and different balls. So it was tough. Definitely tough. It's a hard process.
Corey Joseph, when I spoke to him, he did 20 plus workouts and
Yeah.
then ended up on San Antonio.
Hmm.
Quinn did a bunch of workouts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You
it's
do.
all yeah, it's all the same. It's crazy. No, I mean, well, some players a little different. Like Dennis, I think he had a pro day, so
Yeah. Of
when you
course.
top
They
five,
come to him.
they
They
come
come.
to him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a little different. But when you're in that like 10 to 20 range, I'd be going all these other places. And that means you did really good because you still ended up 23.
Yeah, I was projected. So I almost went back to school. I was close to going back to school because they were trying to sell me on being like the best ever. If I come back, I would have had all the records. And so like
Yeah.
I told you about legacy earlier. That was like a big thing for me. Like leaving somewhere better than I first got there. I found it,
Mhm.
and so I thought about it. Because I'd led the SEC back to back years, and one person that's done that and scoring was Pete Maravich, and 3 years would have 3 years back to back to back would have broke his record. And I was like, man, Pete Maravich, he's a legend. Like I can get that record, but
That would have been tough.
it was just too much. And back then they weren't giving seniors benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
About Dame Lillard's in my draft class. He's the one that kind of changed it. Then CJ McCollum came the next year and it was like, okay, those guys can play. So they kind of changed the mindset. But before that, if you stay 4 years, they didn't look at it like in a good light.
Mhm.
So I wanted to come back, but I just couldn't do it, man. It was too hard. No, I was projected 35. Like my projection was like 23 to 35.
Dang,
I wasn't like guaranteed first round. I had to really like my workouts made me first round in my interviews.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't like I think if I would have had bad workouts, I'd have easily been second round. But my workouts is what changed the game, and my interviews were pretty good.
Remember the weirdest question you got asked? I think the interviews play just as big of a role as the workouts because you go in there, they ask you a basketball question, you go say something stupid.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, they don't give a damn.
Yeah, no, I think the weirdest question I got was they asked me if I was gay because I didn't. So I was in the gym all day. They said, "We heard you don't leave the gym. Like you don't like girls." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." And like, you got a girlfriend? I was like, "No, not right now." And then like, "Well, you gay?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I love basketball though. Like my goal is to help my family and be successful. Like that's what I want. If I got to sacrifice girls for however many years, that's what I got to do." And so that was the craziest question I got. I called my agent after, like, that's no way that's normal. I was kind of like mad about it, but like they're gonna try to do anything and everything to get you to get out of character and show your true colors in this interview. Like, just how'd you handle it? I told them how I handled it. He said, "You did great, so keep going." So all these things just like so new to you because in college you don't hear stuff like that, and it's just when you go to these interviews and workouts, it's just like such a drastic difference from what you do in college everyday life to NBA. It's a big adjustment.
They're like detectives. You gotta look at them like damn near the FBI or CIA.
But now that I'm older, because I want to be front office like type guy, so like I get everything now. Like as a 21-year-old kid, like there's no way I would understood why he's asking me that question. But really, he admired that I was a gym rat, but he's trying to get me to say, "No, I'm a girls all the time," like to get like like
rage bait,
get prideful about it, like you know what I'm saying. So I'm happy I didn't do that, but they were looking to get me to do that, and if I'd have done that, maybe it would have been a red flag for them. So I'm happy that I handled it with grace. That was the craziest question I got. A lot of teams really just asked me like about my hobbies. Like everything was like, you work out so much. Like, what do you like to do? I'm like, I like going to the movies. I like doing this. Be with my family. Like, so they really were just trying to see what I like outside of basketball.
Your pre-draft, your interviews are the reason you ended up going first round. You went to the Hawks, 2012. So when you initially got drafted, were you in? The draft was hosted in New York then too, right?
Yeah, I stayed home in Nashville to watch it though.
You stayed home in Nashville. So how was that when you got selected to the Hawks? Did you know they called you prior, or was it like on the TV?
No, I think they called my agent, but my agent wasn't. My agent was in another room, I think.
Okay.
I knew it was coming up. I thought I was going to 20. I thought I was going to Denver at 20 because I had really good workouts there.
Mm-hmm.
But when they passed me up, I said, "Man, it's any day, it's any second now, or any team now," because like I know I wasn't going to fall past. I forgot what the Bulls had that year, 29, 27, something like that.
Okay.
I know I wasn't going to fall past them, so at that point I knew I was going to be first round. But still, the anxiety world was like my stomach was turning like I had never felt before. Like just to know where your fate is about to be announced in front of everybody, like it's a weird feeling. Like, but when they called my name, bro, I was so excited, not even thinking that like I'm so close to home still that like my parents can come and just drive down. Like that didn't even cross my mind. It was just like I'm in the NBA, and all the work. Only thing that came into my mind is all the work and all the long nights, early mornings with me running in the rain and like doing all this hard stuff for all this to happen one day and like it paying off. And like that was the most rewarding feeling I've ever had in my life.
You're in a different class of people once you get selected. So.
It's so fragile, man. So much stuff can go wrong. Like me saying something bad in an interview or me having a bad workout. There's so much stuff can go wrong before that night even happens. That like for everything to go the right way and to hear my name getting called, like it was, and to not be considered a for sure first round pick in the beginning of it all was cool.
Touchdown in Atlanta. You're still in Atlanta. Yeah, like Atlanta. So so when you initially touched down, do you remember who your vet was your first year?
I had a bunch of vets because when I got drafted, Joe Johnson was still there, but he got traded like soon after. They brought in Kyle Korver, Sean Stevenson. I had Josh Smith already. That's one of my vets. Lou Williams came, Dante Jones, Anthony Morrow, Devin Harris. Bro, I had so many vets. I would say Al Horford, Josh, Lou Will, and Kyle or like, and Dante Jones taught me a lot too. Man, they all taught me their own little stuff. Deshaun taught me a lot about different things.
Mm.
I learned so much from every single one of them that it's hard to pick one, but they all taught me. Like Lou taught me how to draw fouls, and Josh taught me how to carry myself outside the gym, and Kyle taught me how to be in shape even more and how to shoot in all different ways. And yeah, they all taught me everything. But I would say Al, Lou, and Kyle were probably the ones that taught me the most.
Well, what was like a crazy rookie duty you had to have when you went there? Because at that time, that's
Yeah,
when they did the popcorn and
me and Mike I got popcorn with the rookies.
mm,
Not at the same time, but like, I mean, might have got me first, and then had to go to the car wash and do all that. That sucked, but yeah, I had to bring donuts every practice. Me and Mike had to take turns getting donuts every morning. I might have had to get groceries for somebody on the road or something, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I think I had to wear a backpack for like the first month. Nothing outrageous.
that was like the that's when they were really
Yeah,
doing
they were
like
bad.
rookies dirty back then. Now I don't think they'll do that to these new rookies.
Yeah, it was bad. I ain't gonna lie. To me, but like stories I was hearing from my peers in my draft class, like they were doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I think when you fight it, that's when they make you do more. I was
yeah.
always just like laughing about it, like I got you, no problem, like And then also like when I did, they give me some money on the side, like it was cool. They just know you had to earn your keep.
Hmm.
You had to pay your dues, and that's what it was, and that's how they came up as
Yeah,
rookies. So
facts.
like they were just paying it forward in their own way.
They were a pretty solid team. I think Bron's just overshadowed, honestly,
Yeah,
like the
he
team they
had
had.
a
I'm
lot
being
of
real.
teams in that era. My last year in Atlanta, we went to the conference finals. And then he swept us, so it was just like we thought we were really about to like go all the way. Man, we had awesome. Like, we had 4 All-Stars that year. Like it was crazy. Our like togetherness was like college level. We all had great years that year. But man, we went against him, and it was like nothing we did that year even mattered. Like he picked us apart. It was crazy.
What do you think is so hard about playing LeBron in the East during that time when he was in his prime then? Like, what is so hard about beating him?
The way he thinks the game, his IQ, of course, his physical attributes and all that are tough to deal with on a nightly basis, especially in a series. But his IQ, man, his feel for the game, the knowledge, knowing our plays, like knowing the adjustments to make on the fly, like it's so much more mental than it was physical that I saw. I didn't play a lot of minutes that series, but
Hmm.
man, just from what I saw, it was just all like it was all mental.
Hmm.
Like and like he had played so much basketball even at that point that he had seen everything. And so nothing was gonna surprise him. It was just him being able to give confidence to his teammates, getting his teammates going early, getting JR some threes early, Mike Miller some threes early.
Hmm.
And next thing you know, they're on a run, and then it's just
It's over.
it's over.
You played Kobe around that time? Did you get to?
Yeah, I guarded Kobe my first year. That's my
Mm,
best memory ever. Just I'm a big Kobe fan, but like that was the night that it was my mom's birthday. It was my wife's first time seeing me play
mm.
live, so like it was a special night, and I did really good that game, and like got some good pictures out of it, some good videos out of it. So that was fun. But yeah, Kobe during that time, man, like the biggest thing with him was just like obviously mindset and mentality, but his footwork. Goodness gracious.
It's crazy.
Man, like if he was in triple threat all game, he could score off no dribbles. I mean, his jab, I swear he would like his jab was so violent and like he sold it so well that you would think that he's about to drop for sure, and then it'd just be a jab, and it's like man, like his shot fakes was just like everything was to perfection. Like you could tell he was hours on hours on hours just perfecting the smaller details of the game and not just like stuff that everybody likes to do with the ball handling and shooting. Like he was working on jab steps and like cross steps and shot fakes, like stuff that people don't necessarily want to spend time on. And that's what he was spending time on.
It's crazy. You had what do you
Yeah.
think from that era compared to now? What do you think the scoring? Because the scoring wasn't as high as it is now. What do you think is like different? The defense is different. They let a lot of stuff go, or is it more high pace? What
I
do you
think
think is
it's
different?
the pace. It's the
The pace
pace.
of it.
Because if the pace was the same in that era, we'd be the same points like as it is now. I think.
That's
Uh,
facts.
Maybe
Okay.
we had traditional big men back then too though, so maybe like a little bit slower because they got to get their 3-4 dribbles in the paint. go over their right, left shoulder. Like that takes a little bit of time that you don't see as much these days. But I feel the same way about Europe. Like I think if Europe had 48-minute games with the pace that it is now, it would be like because a lot of times I've been on to Europe, they pride themselves on not letting teams get 100, but it's a 40-minute game. Like if it was 48 minutes, everybody be scoring 100, like the way they do it now. So
Right.
there is more pride in defense, but when it's the way guys are so good now that it's just they're gonna score. So uh, I feel the same way in probably most areas. I would say like maybe the skill level was different back in the day, but if the pace is so good, bro, that it's like you're gonna score. You know? And so I do think that that's the biggest difference. Maybe the defense a little bit, but when the pace is that fast, it kind of negates the defense.
Lead, you said they got like 70 possessions, right, or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
how the difference in possessions. But
yeah,
bro, if we had the same possessions, or just give them 8 more minutes, it would be the same thing. Like
that's true. Yeah,
it'll be the same thing because the
thanks.
guys are so good in the Euro League now that like if you give them 8 more minutes to go get it, like they're gonna go get it. They're gonna go get 100 plus every night. Maybe not every night, but like most nights, teams are gonna get 100 because it's just the pace and the style of play now is just so up tempo.
It's harder to score because there's no 3 seconds in the paint in the Euro League. You
Yeah,
just sit in there.
it's
So
harder to score.
yes, it's way
Absolutely,
harder to
that is a
score.
real thing. That is a
Yeah.
real thing. When people get upset about that, and certain whoever gets upset is truth. It is because a lot of these guys like Eddie Tavares is just sitting in the paint at 7'3".
Hmm.
Like you telling me if Wemby could just sit in the paint all
Nobody
day
was scoring.
score, like you can't score him now, and he can't do that. So it's like it's the truth. Like people want to get mad about it or not, like it's the truth. It's harder to score in Europe. It just is. Like
Yeah, facts.
every game is like every game that I played in, especially when I was in Spain, and like it's like every possession is way more valuable, and that's because it is 40 minutes. Because when I play FIBA for USA, it's the same thing.
Mm.
It's like it's only 40 minutes. We can't just be messing around. You can't walk your way into the game like you can in NBA games sometimes. Like you can kind of get a feel for it first and then start playing. Like
Mm.
when you're in FIBA, when you're in Puerto Rico, when I'm playing Puerto Rico, it's none of that. It's straight to it because the game goes by so quick, especially when you're playing.
With the Euro League and NBA like combining, if they do it, it depends the rules because the NBA they would kind of have to cater to some of the rules that happens. I think they want to do it. Yeah, that's why I don't see it happening because they're not about to take away 3 seconds of the paint.
No,
No Euro League teams beating the Spurs will be
no.
sitting in the paint.
Yeah. They're
So
not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
yeah, unless they change if they change the rules now, that would be interesting for the
Yeah.
NBA. Like if if 3 seconds of the pace taken away because that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
That's like 40 points damn near.
It would be way less scoring for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know if Adam Silver would do that. So that's
Well,
well
most
he
teams aren't playing traditional fives that are like 7 foot much anymore, but I still think it would be a difference. Yeah, especially
is
with against the Spurs, it would be a huge difference.
spent some time in the G right
Hmm.
around that time.
Yeah.
So you had an injury that made you like
Hmm.
go down there? What happened around that?
Oh well, I went down my rookie year. I wasn't hurt. I just wasn't playing. I was
Oh,
behind too many dudes. All the guys I named at that time was just too good for me to get minutes in front of.
mm-hmm.
So Larry Drew took me to his office and he was like, "Man, we need you to get some minutes. Like you're not playing at all. Like I need you to be ready in case something happens." And back then we didn't have College Park. It was Bakersfield in California. So I was flying from Atlanta to California, and they said, "Give me 2 or 3 games. We'll bring you back." And I was like, "All right." My mindset was like, "Man, just go dominate. Just come back, come right back." And I played well, and I was there 2 games and came back,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't go back again after that. My second year, I got hurt, and then I had to go back. So
What injury was it that you had?
I had back surgery.
A back. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
surgery.
So I had that, and then they were just like, "Man, like we need you to use that as your rehab, plus get your confidence back in your game." Like hadn't played in so long, so like that's why I went down for that. And it was a different mentality then because I still was trying to do really well, but I also was trying to see how I was trying to get in shape and also see how my body was going to respond to playing again. So, but I
Okay.
was so young, I was going to be all right. I was 22 years old, so
I think the worst injury to have is hip
yeah, hip
around
is
that
tough.
time. Yeah,
Hip
that's what
is tough.
happened. That's why Mark is my best friend. That's why he had to retire. So
Yeah,
he works at he works at Bama now, ironically. But yeah, he got drafted 47th by the Nets, but he had he had to go to the G, and then he had to go. He played overseas a little bit, but he had a hip injury in Poland,
yeah.
and then that's kind of like
No, it's tough.
you
It's
can't do
tough.
nothing. You don't got no hips, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, it's tough, especially in this sport the way it is now. It's hard.
Yeah, it's like I didn't realize how important it was, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad. I think it's serious. Back you could recover. It'll just take some time.
Yeah, I wasn't out too long. Like it's a big, gotta get your core back right, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stuff you got to get going. Cause a lot of your whole body kind of shuts off because it's a central part of your body. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to get stronger all over again. And, like it was tough, but I'm about to be year 14, man. So I got through it.